Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Slight chance for storms today, otherwise sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Daytime highs approaching 90. Lows dip down to about 69. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Mainly sunny skies develop with fog in spots early. Tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 88. I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Currently 72.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. It's always a good time to think about safety on your farm. Chase Pagel, a safety consultant for Pagel's Ponderosa Dairy in Wisconsin, says her operations hold trainings with their local safety officials. She goes on to say that they share that every year or every other year, local fire departments conduct walkthroughs of their facilities to familiarize themselves with the layout. It's important for responders to know where animal areas and high hazard zones are, especially places like digesters that contain methane and other chemical storage areas. While maps are prepared to highlight these risks, having fire and EMT teams visit in person helps ensure that they understand the unique challenges they might face during an emergency. She advises holding a debrief after any on-farm accident to review what went well and what could improve, helping everyone work better with fire and EMT teams. Having an emergency response team on site is also key. They practice drills and assign roles like scene control, firefighting support, or first aid, so they're ready to act quickly until professional help arrives.
Spending time in the backyard can be a great time for all your family and friends. Burwell Construction can make your backyard look its best with a new deck and patio cover. Wood or composite decks, Burwell Construction will help you design the perfect space for all your outdoor fun. And Burwell Construction can secure your backyard with a new fence. 316-794-3430. 316-794-3430 or burwellconstruction.com.
If it's Burwell, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
The baddest show on earth, George Thorogood and the Destroyers.
Bad of the ball. I took a load.
Friday, August 22nd, at concert at First Council Casino.
Rocket on over. Who do you know?
George Thorogood. Tickets are available now at sevenclans.com and the Players Club. Don't miss George Thorogood and the Destroyers at Seven Clans First Council Casino and Resort, North Highway 77 in Newkirk.
The federal government and the Federal Department of Education have announced that the Topeka School District in the state of Kansas, along with 3 other school districts in the state, are under investigation for potentially violating Title IX and refusing to end their DEI and identity politics initiatives within the districts. KSNT News reports that the investigation comes from the Attorney General's office in Kansas, saying that education departments say they have received the letters of investigation after complaints that the district permits students to participate in sports and access intimate facilities based on gender identity and prevents school workers from disclosing a student's transgender status. Across the state, the Shawnee Public School District, the Olathe Public School District, and Kansas City, Kansas public school districts are all under investigation from the federal government, allegedly allowing the transgender ideology to, quote, run amok in the schools. Before the school year started, Kansas Attorney General Chris Kobach did issue notices to 6 different school districts over the policies that he had taken issue with. Mid-America Network News.
Duzine Enterprises has been laying floors all over our area since 1962. That's miles and miles of carpet, laminate, tile, hardwood, and vinyl. And they are so good at it that their schedule is filling up fast. So while good things come to those who wait, if you have a remodel or a new construction project in your near future, you should probably get on their schedule today. So call 785-325-2379. That's 785-325-2379. Duzine Enterprises in Washington. Why would you go anywhere else? Financing available.
Nebraska, Mid-America Network News. I'm Andy Hoosier. 2 individuals that were jailed after a high-profile immigration raid in the city of Omaha, Nebraska, back on June 10th, were officially reunited with their families as of Friday last week, following a federal judge's orders that the government had unlawfully detained the 2 women. According to the Nebraska Examiner, both women that are hailing from Mexico were released on a $15,000 bond that had been set up more than a month ago by the immigration judge, after the 2 individuals had been jailed in North Platte, despite that the immigration judge's order due to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's quick appeal. Lawyers for the U.S. Department of Justice and the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office had not responded to requests on comment on the issue. However, according to some, they say the government was violating the women's due process rights by unlawfully detaining them under the, quote, automatic stay of the bond that had been determined appropriate. The investigation is still ongoing, and the new court dates have yet to be set. Nebraska, Mid-America Network News.
Your man is waiting at the Kansas State Fair. Country chart topper Josh Turner takes the stage.
So baby, why don't we just dance?
With Jason Scott and the High Heat on Sunday, September 7th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets start at $35 and include gate admission. Deep voice, timeless hits. Don't miss this powerhouse performance. Visit KansasStateFair.com for your tickets.
We just dance.
Reporting local news, I'm Bruce Dierking. US 77 Railroad crossing north of Marysville will be closed to both north and south traffic Wednesday beginning at 6 a.m. and will remain closed perhaps until Saturday evening around 6 p.m. A marked detour will run US 36 to the Hanover Junction, then north to Nebraska Highway 8 and back to US 77. Marshall County Commissioners heard a request from the sheriff for consideration of a change in his staff retirement from the current Capers option to the Kansas Police and Firemen's Retirement System, which he said could help with retention and recruitment, allowing earlier retirements. Based on $625,000 eligible payroll for the department this year, the benefit cost would more than double from $67,000 to $154,000 for an added difference of over $87,000. Commissioners again discussed options for improving a section of gravel road north out of Axtell and went to meet with the contractor in charge of demolition of a county-owned house east of a jail at 108 South 13th Street, which will be used for a parking lot. Washington and Nemaha County Commissioners' meetings last week were mostly routine business. Gage County Board of Supervisors revisited a conversation regarding updates to livestock regulations, which were being considered by planning and zoning, following a lengthy conversation as to particulars and a reminder that hearings and public meetings would be involved during the process. A motion to pass along a draft to planning and zoning was approved. A proposed 999-head feedlot operation in Riley County, north of Riley near Leonardville, was abandoned after public outcry. Operations under 1,000 head face less restrictions. Concerns with public health, safety, economic impact, and the town's future were cited, resulting in Falcon Land withdrawing plans, noting that becoming divisive for the community was never their intent. Marysville schools resumed classes Tuesday. USD 364 Superintendent Darren Schrader.
Well, this year, the thing that we're looking at, there's a couple things happening, but really what we're trying to do this year is to continue taking the next steps of implementing our community-based learning opportunities for our students within our schools to promote student success. And community-based learning is it's an evidence-based practice that is proven to enhance student engagement and understanding. And our community has been so supportive in the past and is continuing to be supported now. And any of those opportunities that we can embed within our learning programs will just make that engagement stronger for our students. So some new initiatives or programs that we have going on within the district this year we're pretty excited about. Our Farm to Plate initiative, and our theme for that is going to be beefing up student success one local bite at a time. We're partnering with local producers to bring fresh meat and produce options to our students this year. And so be on the lookout. We're going to have a community meeting for those that are interested in participating. And then we're also adding new equipment within the food service to return to baking fresh breads, et cetera, for our students. So we're really excited about that. So if people have any questions or they want to learn more, they can reach out to Travis Prawley or Pam Dankenbrink, which are board members, or they can reach out to myself. And all of our emails are on the district website, which is usd364.org. They can reach out to us there. Also, we're pretty excited about an implementation of our new English language arts curriculum at Marysville Elementary. We've already started professional development earlier this summer with our teachers, and we're excited to dive into the new program. And it's research-based, and we're excited about that, to implement that into our learning curriculum for our students.
USD 223, Hanover and Lynn also returned to class Tuesday. Superintendent Lee Schmidt.
Nothing major this summer. The schools have been fixed up, they're cleaned and shined, ready for students to return. The buildings and the gyms all look amazing. Hanover is incorporating a seminar period where students will get one-on-one attention from the teachers. And they'll have grade checks. They will work on IXL, character development, focus on individual plans of study, and multi-tiered support groups. Lynn School is has been utilizing this same student-focused period for a couple of years now.
On Wednesday, Valley Heights gets back to school. USD 498 Superintendent Sean Spoons.
Well, this year brings several exciting updates and improvements for USD 498. We've successfully transitioned our food service from OPA to self-operation, which allows us to better serve our students and maintain consistent meal pricing. We are pleased to announce that our 21st century after-school and summer programs will continue for the 25-26 school year, thanks to federal funding being reallocated back to the district. We also would like to say that safety continues to be a top priority. Through our $400,000 SBPP grant, we have completed significant security upgrades, including new cameras, intercom systems, a safety app, and protective bollards at entryways in both Blue Rapids and Valley Heights High School. Infrastructure improvements also make a major milestone, or mark a major milestone this year for us. We are replacing our non-compliant lagoons with a sewer connection to the city of Waterville, funded entirely by a $1.27 million small town grant at no cost to the district. Over the summer, a track was replaced, our football field was resodded, new flooring was installed in both Blue Rapids and Waterville grade schools, and we've had some painting in all three buildings as well. This school year, we're looking at in September an HVAC improvement at Valley Heights High School and Waterville grade school. And then also later in the spring, our board approved a recent upgrade to our main gym bleachers with the installation to be done in April. Well, academically, we are entering KISA 2.0, and so there will be an adoption process for English language arts curriculum. And so we've already met our 6-month goal of narrowing down the options to review and look forward to, in December and January, adopting those curriculum choices for the 26-27 school year. I'd also like to take some time to thank our summer staff, which includes our maintenance secretaries, custodians, central office staff, food service administrators, for their hard work in preparation for the start of this school year.
Kathleen M. K. Mitchell, age 94, of Frankfort, passed away Sunday. Mass of Christian burial Thursday, 10 a.m. from Annunciation Catholic Church, Frankfort. Burial in the Mount Calvary Cemetery at Frankfort. Rosary, Wednesday evening at 7 at the church, with a visitation Wednesday noon until 5 at the Padden Funeral Chapel of Frankfort, in charge of arrangements for K. Mitchell. Elizabeth Ann Beth Waters, age 86, of Waterville, passed away Sunday. Funeral service Friday, 10 a.m., St. Mark's Lutheran Church in Waterville. Burial in the Greenwood Cemetery south of Blue Rapids. Visitation Thursday, noon until 8. Family will greet friends Thursday from 6 until 8 at the Christy Anders Funeral Home in Waterville, in charge of arrangements for Beth Waters. Wanda K. Ivan, age 80, of Beatrice, passed away May 14th, and a graveside service is planned Saturday, August 23rd, 10 a.m. at the Marysville City Cemetery, with Kinsley's in charge of arrangements for Wanda Ivan. Diana L. Palmer, age 71, of Marysville, passed away Friday. Funeral service Saturday, 11 a.m. at the Marysville Methodist Church. Burial in the Marysville City Cemetery. Visitation Friday, 4 until 9. Family will see friends Friday from 6 until 8 at Kinsley Mortuary in Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Diana Palmer. Isla Mae Neiman, age 89, of Hanover, passed away Friday. Funeral service Monday, 10:30 from the Zion Lutheran Church, Hanover. Private burial in the Hanover City Cemetery. Visitation Sunday, noon until 8. Family will greet friends Sunday from 5 until 7 at the Hanover Mortuary, in charge of arrangements for Mae Newman. Anna L. Wilder, age 71, of Marysville, passed away Sunday. Funeral Mass Tuesday, 10:30, with the Rosary at 10 from St. Malachi's Catholic Church in Beatty. Burial St. Gregory's Catholic Cemetery at Marysville. Visitation Monday, 5 until 8 p.m. at Kinsley Mortuary in Marysville, in charge of arrangements for Anna Wilder. Melvin Oliver, age 80, of Washington, passed away Wednesday. Private service will be planned with the Ward Funeral Home of Washington, in charge for Melvin Oliver. On the Marshall County Senior Citizens Lunch Menu today, ham balls, cornbread, sweet potatoes, asparagus, and tropical fruit. Tomorrow, goulash, French bread, green beans, and peaches. KNDY News Time, 7:19. Reminder, City of Marysville Water Department is doing a water valve repair at 504 Spring Street this morning. Water may be off a couple of hours in that neighborhood, 504 Spring Street, beginning around 9 a.m.
Whether you're buying, building, remodeling, or refinancing, your home is a major investment in your life. At United Bank and Trust, we understand how important it is to work with someone who cares. Our loan officers have the experience it takes to make the process a smooth one. Come in for a visit or start online by filling out a loan application at ubankonline.com in as little as 20 minutes. Mortgage lending with United Bank and Trust. It's banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here's your KNDY weatherology forecast for northeast Kansas and southeast Nebraska. Some sunshine early on today, then a slight chance for some rain showers with our highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Mostly clear skies overnight tonight with our lows in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Mostly sunny skies throughout Wednesday with our highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Then mostly clear skies throughout Wednesday night with our lows in lower to mid 60s. More sunshine throughout Thursday with our highs in the mid 80s and lower 90s. And mostly clear skies throughout Thursday night with our lows in the lower to mid 60s. Still staying sunny by Friday with our highs in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Then a slight chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms on a Friday night, partly cloudy with our lows in the lower to mid 60s. Some scattered showers early on Saturday, then staying sunny with our highs in the upper 70s and mid 80s. Then scattered showers and thunderstorms possible into Saturday night, partly cloudy with our lows in the upper 50s and lower 60s. Some scattered showers and thunderstorms are possible early on Sunday, otherwise mostly sunny with our highs in the upper 70s and lower 80s. And more rain throughout Sunday night with our lows in the upper 50s and lower 60s. I'm meteorologist Kara Foster.
Average high temperature mid-August, 89. Record high on this date, 108. The average low, 66, and the record low, 48. Sunset this evening, 8:19. Sunrise in the morning at 6:43. We received 0.20 of an inch of rain with a brief shower Monday morning at studios. And it's 72 degrees with sunshine this hour. That's a check of the morning news and weather for this Tuesday, the 19th of August. KNDY News Time 7:21.
Make your Labor Day weekend memorable with Stars, Stripes, and Small Town Nights at the annual Palmer Labor Day Weekend Celebration. Activities all weekend long, highlighted by Escape, a Journey tribute band you don't want to miss Saturday the 30th. Check out the Palmer Labor Day Facebook page for complete information and scheduling.
Rust can be shaken off relatively quickly. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. Monday night preseason football last night, Washington, Cincinnati. Joe Burrow plays 3 series, leads the Bengals to touchdowns on 2 of the 3. Bengals playing last night, Trey Hendrickson did not. He did speak with our Laura Rutledge, says they're close on things like average salary and the length of the deal, but the guaranteed money is still the big hurdle. Browns naming Joe Flacco as their starter. Deshaun Watson is recovering from an Achilles, so Flacco gets the nod over Kenny Pickett and rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Matthew Stafford practicing yesterday for the first time at training camp with the Rams. Baseball, don't look now, but it's a 4-game win streak for Colorado.
Oh, one pitch, bounced up the middle, into center field. Tovar rounds third. He scores! Warming Bernabel, his first walk-off hit as a big leaguer. And the Rockies make it 4 in a row. Final score, Rockies 4, Los Angeles 3.
850 KOA. Rockies have won 4 straight, 6 of 7. They need 6 wins in their final 37 games to avoid the record of 121 losses set last year by the White Sox. Giants score 4 in the first. They hang on to beat the Padres 4-3. In the loss, Xander Bogaerts has a home run overturned, and it was an out for fan interference. Padres lose. They've dropped 4 straight since they had taken over first place in the NL West. They're now 2 games behind the Dodgers. Diamondbacks also dropping 4 straight. It's a 3-1 loss to Cleveland last night. Reds top the Angels 4-1. Bryce Harper hits a pair. Phillies top the Mariners 12-7. Phillies pitcher Zach Wheeler has had surgery to remove a blood clot in his upper right arm. The team says the timeline for his recovery remains unknown. White Sox had 4 homers, beat Atlanta 13-9. Kansas City 4-3 over the Rangers. Royals are 17-11 since the All-Star break.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you bought that TV in the parking lot. It just happened to not come in a box or include a remote. And when you finally managed to turn it on, all it displayed was the menu of Grumpy's Tacos. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From ABC News, Wall Street now. Markets are in a bit of a waiting mode as they didn't move much Monday. The S&P pulled back from its latest record high, but fell by less than 0.1%. The Dow lost 0.1%. The Nasdaq was up less than 0.1%. Big earnings reports coming this week, beginning today with Home Depot. Target and Walmart do the same later in the week, and Fed Chair Jerome Powell speaks on Friday. The U.S. government could be getting into the chip business. Bloomberg reports the Trump administration has had discussions about taking a 10% stake in Intel, which finds itself trailing global competitors. Some home builders are looking for new ways to lure in buyers with high mortgage rates and record prices keeping some buyers on the sidelines. Sales incentives have hit a 5-year high. Pickings may be slimmer this year to deck the halls. Experts say tariffs on Chinese imports will almost certainly mean less selection and higher prices on things like Christmas decorations. Brian Clark, ABC.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. As we review the latest WASDE crop report, we must consider its impact on the long-term viability and profitability of family farms. This report, which provides crucial forecasts on global agricultural supply and demand, directly influences market prices and, in turn, the financial sustainability of the farms that are the backbone of our agricultural economy. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Kansas Corn Senior Director of Communications, Sue Schulte, and I asked her, what does she see as the biggest challenge facing family farms today, and how can we address issues like water rights and property taxes to ensure their long-term viability and profitability?
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work on that. Of course, that's the association side. So the Kansas Corn Growers Association, really working hard in Washington, D.C. with the National Corn Growers Association to address a lot of those issues, with the latest reconciliation bill, the big, beautiful bill. A lot of the Farm Bill programs updates were addressed in that. But also, there were a lot of other things that were really beneficial that we've been pushing for, as far as estate taxes and depreciation and those types of things. So, those are areas that we constantly work with. Another area is really helping decision makers understand the impacts of, some of the efforts, for example, of the Make America Healthy Again, the MAHA report, which I believe is the second draft of that is coming out this week, to make sure that that science is being used in, determining any types of policy changes for agriculture.
Again, that's Sue Schulte, Senior Director of Communications for Kansas Corn. Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network.
From Kansas State University, this is Agriculture Today. I'm Madeline Drake. When handling and processing silage, dangerous gases can be created and emitted. K-State Professor of Agricultural Safety and Health, Mitch Ricketts, describes the threat silage gases can pose to human health.
When we store silage, the natural process, the bacteria that begin breaking down the silage, they produce a number of gases, and some of these gases are very toxic to people. And these gases are produced, it's regardless of the type of silage that's made. And the gases are produced in all types of silage storage structures, whether they are the old-fashioned upright silos, the bunker silos or trench silos, or even the newer bag silos. In all of these cases, large quantities of toxic gases are produced.
He details what this gas could look like and where people might see it.
Farmers often will see a yellowish or even a dark brown or orange haze around a silage structure. And you may see these around the bags, around the pile silos. Sometimes you even see it around the upright silos. These gases are oxides of nitrogen, The two that are really visible and that will have an odor and can cause a great deal of damage to our lungs are nitrogen dioxide and dinitrogen tetroxide.
Ricketts shares the conditions that pose a higher danger to people and animals that is often overlooked.
Many of the cases where people and animals have been injured has been when silage structures were located next to buildings. For instance, livestock are often exposed to oxides of nitrogen and sometimes killed when there is a feed room attached to a silo or when silage bags are stored near a barn. The other thing that tends to happen with silage bags, at the end of the day, if your bag is not quite full, there is a tendency to leave the bagger attached to the bag. Then when you come back the next morning, the bagger is often engulfed in this yellow or orange haze. And we've measured the concentrations near the baggers the next morning, and we found that in open air, sometimes those gases are above the level that's considered immediately dangerous to life and health.
That was K-State Professor of Agricultural Safety and Health, Mitch Ricketts, on the threat of gas emitted during silage storage. I'm Madeline Drake, and this has been Agriculture Today over the K-State Radio Network.
7:31 from KNDY, sunny and 72 degrees this hour. Seasonal highs around 90 on tap remainder of the work week.
It is not uncommon to find little rings of toadstools popping up in even the healthiest of lawns. We ask, are they friend or foe, on the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report.
If you're a farmer or rancher, chances are you've thought about joining Kansas Farm Bureau. So what's stopping you? Your membership means you have a seat at the table when it comes to the issues that affect your farm. Things like trade, taxes, water, and regulations. The state's largest farm advocacy organization brings your message to policy decision makers at the county, state, and national level. The voice of agriculture becomes your voice and fights for Kansas farmers and ranchers. And a Kansas Farm Bureau membership includes other benefits. For about $50 a year, you'll receive discounts on equipment and supplies, cell phone plans, financial and legal support, home and office supplies, and more. You'll also receive Kansas Living, a quarterly lifestyle magazine featuring real stories of farmers and producers around the state, plus great recipes, crafts, and things to see and do in Kansas. Join us today. Visit kfb.org/farmer-rancher to learn more.
With more practical tips and useful advice, this is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report for Tuesday, August 19th, the 231st day of the year. 42nd President Bill Clinton has a birthday, and newspapers reported the discovery of gold in California on this day in 1848. It's about this time of year, especially in areas with abundant rainfall, that people notice toadstools dotting their well-manicured lawns. One question we often hear is, are they harmful? The short answer is probably not, but with these caveats. You should never eat a mushroom you can't positively identify. And while the vast majority are not toxic, it's best to keep small children and pets away from them. And here's some good news. Toadstools are beneficial to the soil. They break down organic matter, releasing nutrients which feed the nearby turf. That is the Old Farmer's Almanac Radio Report. Learn more at almanac.com.
Landall in Marysville is invested in their team, facilities, products, customers, community, future, and excellence. Over 60 years focusing on quality workmanship and products and their employees. Join the team at Landall and learn how you can be a part of this successful company. Production positions available with competitive wages, $2 shift differential, 4% attendance bonus, and a full line of benefits. Apply online and learn more at landall.com. EEO Vets and Disability, welcome.
Kansas Mid-America Network Sports, I'm Andy Hoosier. As we go into a new fall school semester and the new athletic season, Emporia State University has announced as of last week a new athletic director for the university as Steve Roadcap, saying that Roadcap started with Emporia State Athletics back in 2023, serving as the assistant athletic director of operations.
It's great to be able to come in here and recognize so many faces. I feel like I have a much easier landing path because of the relationship that I've worked 2 years on building. So yes, I do. It's really neat to, kind of be here, see what's working, see what you feel like, hey, maybe if we tweak this, we tweak that. And then, what are some major improvements we can make? So, yeah, I think being here gives you a great headway into this next venture.
Roadcap was overwhelmingly approved as the athletic director from the committee. Mid-America Network Sports.
Come to Rusty Eck Ford for dog days of summer deals happening now. Exclusively at Rusty Eck Ford. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select new Fords. Like this 2025 Ford Explorer, 0% APR for 60 months. MSRP $50,595 with $2,000 down plus tax and fees. Only $809 per month. Or a 2025 F-150, 0% APR for 60 months. $50,880 plus $2,000 down. Only $815 per month. Or a 2025 Ford Escape, 0% for 60 months, $2,000 down, only $488 per month. The deals are smoking hot at Rusty Eck Ford, with rates as low as 0% for 60 months on select new Ford SUVs and trucks. Visit us today at Rusty Eck Ford or online at rustyeckford.com. Stock number 252-043, 252-652, 252-067, plus taxes and fees. See dealer for details.
As we get closer to the kickoff of regular season NFL, Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice got the announcement at the end of last week that he will have a disciplinary hearing with the NFL set for September 30th in New York. So far, details of the hearing have not been announced to the public. According to former U.S. District Judge Sue L. Robinson, this is the second time under the 2020 new collective bargaining agreement with the Players Union that the league and players unions have not agreed on a length of discipline, sending the case to Robinson, as Rice still has to serve a 30-day jail sentence in the future for causing a chain reaction crash that happened on a Dallas highway and left multiple people injured. He's already agreed to pay more than $1 million in a settlement with the different victims. Even with the ongoing litigation, Rice is still set to play with the Chiefs this season and is returning from a knee injury that was cut short for his sophomore season in the NFL following a standout rookie campaign. He would still be eligible to play for the first 4 games, including that Super Bowl rematch against the Eagles in week number 2 before the hearing.
The Asheville Eagles are your state champions for the 4th year in a row. It'll be an all-TVL state volleyball championship between Hanover and Lynn this year. The Centralia girls finish a perfect season 26-0 for the Lady Panthers. The Twin Valley League is the best league in the state of Kansas, and you're not changing my mind. I cannot wait for this matchup on Friday night. The TVL Spotlight podcast coming soon to tvlspotlight.com.
KNDY.